A very warm welcome back to Riverbend Springs on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 23 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, hello again. I don't know why I'm waving at the screen, you can't see that. It's 1:44 in the afternoon. Another log contract done, and the two weeding contracts. I'm not going to say that word out loud because, you never know with YouTube. You can get in all sorts of trouble, can't you? They're done. I have taken on those fertilising contracts I was talking. Oh, there's two more. So those three fertilising contracts. So we're going to look at getting a fertiliser sprayer. However, before I do that, which will probably more than pay for it, guess what? Our silage clamp is done fermenting. So I can do what I did before. Load this bad boy up, get it up to the biogas plant, get it sold, make a bit of money. We got more in there than we had last time. I think, what did we make last time? 30 something grand, didn't we? So we should make more than 30 grand, which take us over 200. Then we'll get the sprayer sorted out. I've got, where's my second thing of concentrate? I think I put it, oh yeah, I put it over here, out of the way, because I was worried about, it's in a plastic container, but, being left outside. I might get some of the smaller ones as well, so I might whiz out and go and grab them. But, yeah, I'll do what I did last time. We'll grab the trailer, get my first load up there, then, well, so the first load, all the loads, going backwards and forwards a few times with this. Let's go and grab the trailer. I know I keep repeating myself and saying I do need to get another trailer. I've been looking at them, and in all honesty, the price of them, this one with the extension is 34,000 litres. To get an equivalent one is either very expensive, to get an equivalent one, they're very expensive, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to do, really. I mean, we could go for that one of those TARDIS and Unreal capacity at 200,000 litres, but I know people will be very divided over that, but we just don't have many to choose from at the moment. I mean, there's a few modded ones knocking around, but they're all very similar to the standard base game ones. There's not really anything different, So, yeah. Not sure what to do for the best, really. Everything is looking more lush, and I like that. I would imagine the next couple of hours or so, I didn't take everything from the greenhouses. I took everything that was out, but a couple of the greenhouses have got a little bit more to go. And I'm going to, again, I always say this, total transparency. When I took that pallet of planks that we got from one of our sawmills, I went over to the warehouse and I bought two more. I think I bought two more. So the playground equipment thing is chugging away, and at some point we'll get our next one of those. Will be run through, which will be another 90 grand, and then we can start looking at maybe, when I say properly upgrading, we'll keep an eye out for second-hand stuff. Yes, I'm buying and selling second-hand equipment, but if we get a tractor or something pop up that I think, actually, you know what, that's not a bad idea. I was thinking of getting rid of those two log trailers now, because I don't need those. I even considered, and I know I only just bought it, but the International, the CV, that, and the trailer, the Berkman we bought, which is fine for doing small stuff, I guess. But I think now we've got the larger cab over, we could sell both of those and we could invest in a low loader. If we got ourselves a low loader, we can put any of the pallets and stuff onto a low loader. With ramps on it, we can load vehicles onto it and anything else we need to. That's 400 horsepower. I just think with a low loader, we can sort of, do we need that many vehicles? Again, it's just I'm just thinking out loud. So we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, probably want to put the engine on. Turn it on, drop that, and we'll do what we did last time. So I'd imagine next time I see you, the clamp will be empty. We'll have a bit more money in the bank. I might do one of my little, when I do my little clips when we get to the biogas plant to do our first unload or second or whatever it might be. There we go. That's that done. Turn that off. Drop it off. let's go. And then once I've sold all that, then we'll sorting the getting ourselves a sprayer. I mean, that makes no difference. I always do that kind of thing of, you know, if I'm going to buy a sprayer, the end result will be the same. I buy the sprayer now, sell all the silage, buy the sprayer. We're going to be left with the same amount of money in the bank account. It's weird, isn't it, how your brain works? It's like, no, I need to have the money in the bank before. I've already got money in the bank. It makes no difference. But anyway, we'll do that. It's just gone 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That was all right. £7 for that first one. I think in total, £7 for that first one. It's just over £7 for each load. I think we came in at about 47 something. Yeah. So we're up to 218,000 result. I've also taken the liberty of putting narrows on the agro stuff. Only because I'm not sure whether the spraying contracts are going to be in fields with crops. So I thought, yeah, I'll put some narrows on, why not? Make the effort. Well, I was looking at the narrow twins because it looks absolutely amazing. Actually, this could do with a bit of repair as well, couldn't it? How much is it going to cost to repair it? Let's have a look. 4,312. That's not too bad, is it? We'll get all our horsepowers back and stuff, so you know what? Why not? That's that done. So yeah, I went to the store and grabbed some concentrate, the 1 litre one. So I've got a few of those. Silage clamp is now empty. The other thing I'm seriously considering as well. I mean, you know, we're making the money to spend it. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. I'm thinking, because that clamp, I want one that's longer. So even if we put the same amount in it, it's easier for compacting. So I think what we might do at this point, because I intend to do some more, why not? We've still got grass in our silo. We've got a grass field that we can mow at some point. And the silage, I mean, it's not paying out great, but you do enough of it, you can make enough money. We're making a tiny bit of money. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demolish this one. We're going to put in a longer one, but I think it's going to be open-ended, but we'll still only fill it sort of, you know, I'm not going to drive in from both, I don't know. We're going to put it in the same place, but it's going to be longer, so it'll stick out a little bit further. And then we'll go and get the sprayer. The sprayer and the front tank. Then we'll come back. Concentrate is over here. I'm going to grab one of the small ones. Let's grab one of these. Put that over here so we can put the concentrate in. I think one of those small ones for a smaller sprayer, because we did, what did we do, 7,000 litres last time, didn't we? The bigger one for doing a bulk thing, but I think the sprayer is only like 1,200 litres, isn't it? and the front tank's 1.5, so it's not going to be a huge amount. So we'll get away with a small concentrate on that. So let's do this first, then we'll go over. We're going to spray away the afternoon, spray away the day. Actually, when I go over, when I go over to buy the sprayer, we'll take those back and we'll sell them. They absolutely were workhorses. The amount of contracts we did with these, and to get started, the fact you can daisy chain them, they're absolutely brilliant. What I will say, who was it messaged me? I had a message from someone. It was about, they'd done some testing because I'd had a few issues. And it was if it was on a hill, if it was on an angle, and if the front bar moved, that's why you got the jiggling of the logs, because it was in conflict with the trailer that was moving, plus the ground. So all I made sure I did then was stayed on flat surfaces or on tracks, rather than being kind of slightly off or slightly at an angle, and they worked absolutely fine. So happy with that. So we'll take those back. Right, let's do this. Right, so as you can see, a bit longer. I'm going to have to do a little bit of gravelling, a bit of landscaping, because I cleared some of these bushes and trees out the way. I moved it over further, because if it came straight out from here, it stuck out into the yard a little bit too far. So by moving it over to the right a little bit, where the grass bit comes round here, it's actually not too bad, it's not in the way. So we can get away with putting, even if we put the same again, what was it, 226,000 litres, but had it lower and longer, when we come to compact, we can drive backwards and forwards a lot easier, especially with one of those compactors. I think that makes sense to me. That's a base game one, 25 grand. Yeah, well, we'll just, I'm hoping it doesn't bleed through this, a base game one, but we'll find out, I suppose, won't we? Right, I'm off to the store. Let's go and grab this sprayer and front tank. I'll spread some gravel down around that. We're here! I'm just going base game and basic. Straightforward, no nonsense. It's like, it's all gone weird. Right, we want sprayers. Yeah, I'm just going to go for this. I've got enough to afford a lot. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to buy this, and then one of these is going to come up dirt cheap, isn't it? Just to really annoy me. This only goes out to 24 metres, but, you know, why not? Don't want a license plate? No, thank you. I need lease that then. Let's buy it. So it's going to be about 35.5, isn't it? Yeah, 35.5, all done. Don't want that either. Buy that. And now we can tackle fertilising jobs and herbiciding jobs. I mean, to be fair, that 35 grand, we made 47 selling the silage. So selling the silage paid for that. And then obviously we made a little bit selling the old clamp, but the new one was 25. Then the original one was 12.5, so we made a little bit back on that. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, boy, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Let's go back and get these filled up. I think one of the fields we need to do when we start off is right by the farm. We are, you know what, I'm seriously considering, I know I said this a little while back, I'm seriously considering staying here, you know. I'm considering quitting my job with the FIB. I like it here. Despite all the earlier and initial complaints, all the problems, all the things that were reported that could be an issue, that might be happening, I haven't really experienced any of them. There's been a couple of little bits here and there, but nothing bad. So I think I just like it. I'm growing very fond of Walter. Dave is still a little bit, I'm not sure about him. We need to go back and do some more chatting with him. But I like it here. So does Farm Dog, as you can tell. Right, bear with me just one moment. Right, concentrate first. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really concentrating. Couldn't help it. 1 litre of concentrate is in, and then what we'll do is we'll swill it around and we'll mix it between the 2 tanks. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it's still a lot cheaper than buying regular. I've said this many times before. If you can find a cheap alternative, if you can find a buy anything silo, if you can find a supplier or pallets or big bags or anything that are cheaper than base game, and you can get them cheaper, why wouldn't you? Like I've said, in the real world, farmers will go out, they'll go to whoever it is they're buying their stuff from, and they'll look for the best deals. They might swap suppliers, they might, do all sorts of stuff. There we go. To get the best deal possible, and I'm just doing the same thing. We're just using concentrate instead. And the good thing with this being, we can do multiple contracts now moving forward. I haven't got to keep borrowing equipment, so we'll make maximum money from the contracts. And that's kind of, as we're building the farm up and buying more stuff, that's going to help us in the long run as well. I mean, not that what we're being charged is too much. That's what I was going to say, actually. I think, did I mention it in one of the episodes before? I'm trying to think if I did. If we go back to our contracts page and go to our active here, and I said about there being nefarious things going on. Actually, I'll do one of these, knock one of these off, and then we'll get another logging contract available. That people have had these contracts popping up, and the contract is saying like 20-something grand. And then they go and do the contract, and they get paid like 5 or 4 or 3 or whatever it is. And someone messaged me and said, you need to look into this. I haven't had it happen. And that's what I was saying. So all these reports, the information that we got that initiated us being sent into the area to do our investigations, I can only investigate what I see, what I find. I haven't had it happen. So I don't know why that's happening. It's very strange. And it's not like we've got lots of farm areas available at the moment. We're still, at the moment, quite limited to the, the farms that we can use. Actually, we drove right past it. It's right outside the yard here. Oh, I didn't take the trailers back. Oh, I'll do that. Switch to our back one. No, don't open that yet. What am I thinking? Let's get out of here first. It was a good call putting the narrows on. Let's just double check. We are on this field. Brilliant. 24 metres of spraying goodness, and I shall crack right along momentarily. That's whether or not I'm going to nip in for a cup of coffee or something before we start. No, get out of the way. Don't you dare. There we go. I think we'll probably use GPS as well when we're doing this, because it's often, I mean, we might be able to see if we come up and, you can see a difference in coloration on the ground, but using the GPS will work out a lot easier, I think. So, yeah. Bear with me. I'm going to go and grab a coffee before we start. A quick cuppa was consumed. Been chatting to Walter, actually, about my decision. We've been looking in the brochures. I was looking at one of the step deck trailers. There are some of the low loaders. We got like tow behind ones. You can just put behind a tractor. I think, well, what did we spend? 60-something grand on the CV. It's the book price is saying 54, but if we took it back to the store, we'd get more for it. The trailer I was looking at is 46, so it'd make a little bit of money back, not a huge amount. I think if I was going to do that, I'll still keep the small trailer, because for small loads this is perfect. A few pallets on there, skid steer load or whatever it might be, that's fine. But I just thought upgrading from the pickup and getting one of these, one of these mid-sized trucks. Thank you to HMG who reached out to me the other day, was talking about these, and I said about, because obviously you've got a pickup. This is sort of a pickup, but it's sort of somewhere between a pickup and a semi. And he was saying, like, back in the day, the semis would have a bit more horsepower. These would be a little bit less. So they were kind of rigs in between. Some have fifth wheel attachments, and some of the regular pickups do. Some of the pickups these days, like Dodge Rams, and there are other manufacturers are available, have such high horsepower or options for such high horsepower now. They're running similar or more horsepower than semis. Oh, it's bizarre. It's such a weird world, isn't it? So I don't know what to do for the best. I'm going to get the spraying done, then I'm going to take the trailers back. Then we'll make a decision on that. Oh yeah, trailer. I was going to swap that trailer out, wasn't I? I don't think people were very happy about the variable or the unreal capacity. I said that before, though. It's one thing. Actually, I'm seeing Omatana. Actually, we can raise that, can't we? Let's raise up a little bit. I'm seeing Omatana at Lama. Start that. See, what you always used to be able to do is if you kind of go up high enough and at a certain angle in the light, you can see a difference in coloration where you're spraying. That being said, oh yeah, you kind of can, but in all honesty, I'll just turn it off first. I mean, just makes more sense, doesn't it? Let's go. Yeah, we'll crack on that. Yeah, I might talk to Omatana. The TARDIS pack, I love it. I think it's brilliant, and I've used it before, the previous incarnations of it. I think there needs to be a mid-size somewhere in between. So you've got standard capacity and then the XL, so it jumps up from standard to 200,000 litres. It's even more for the loading wagon, isn't it? There needs to be one in between, you know, an unreal but not crazy unreal. Maybe like 100,000 litres, or I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to hassle her and say to her, you need to change the pack. I'm just going to ask the question. And that's the thing about these things. It's talking to people in a sensible manner. Not saying you need to do this, or can you, or even saying can you change it, can you do this. It's the case of just asking the question. Can I ask, when you made the TARDIS pack, is there any reason why? Because there might be a very valid reason why she didn't do it. Or like for any modder that's done whatever they've done on anything they've done, there may be very valid reasons why they've done it the way they've done it. So I might do actually. Doesn't hurt to ask, does it? I am glad I put the narrows on. It will make far less, cause far less damage than if I hadn't had of, you know, words in the English language. Pick a selection at work. So, we've got 2 more fields after this, and then we'll have a look and see if there's anything else available that looks exciting that we could maybe pick up and do. But I'm going to take those trailers back. I'll have a consider about the trailer. Don't know what to do for the best. I feel like a fool really, because I haven't had the International CV long, and it was that impulse thing of, and when I bought it I said, didn't I, I'm getting it because I want it, because it looks cool and it's an upgrade from the one we had before. But it hadn't occurred to me at that point to get the cab over, and the cab over was cheaper. I probably should have just gone straight for that, but it didn't even dawn on me at the time. Now, for those people, when I was doing the muck spreading, or MrSealyp was doing the muck spreading, and we were talking about the muck spreading and different fertilising and that kind of stuff, as you can see, we've covered far more ground with liquid fertiliser. I'm talking to people, if you're new to the game, if you haven't played before, you might be looking at different options and saying, you know, the problem is you can go and buy manure, you can buy slurry, and you can buy it fairly cheaply. So buying liquid manure, buying liquid fertiliser, I mean any of the chemical ones, solid fertiliser, it's expensive. So that's why I'm doing the concentrate, works out a cheaper alternative. As you can see, it goes a lot further. I can cover far more ground with far less product. So as far as picking up multiple contracts, whether it be liquid fertiliser or herbiciding ones, I don't have to keep going back to refill. Now the interesting thing with that is, like it is with crops and things like that, is whilst buying manure and buying slurry is cheaper because you do far more runs. I'm not saying you spend exactly the same money, but you still end up spending a fair amount of money on the product to cover the ground. The beauty of slurry manure as an option is if you have got animals, because obviously your animals are producing it. So that always works out a better option. Do that, do that. Yeah, so it works out a better option if you're running animals, because if they're producing slurry and they're producing manure, then it's free. So, you know. But I don't spray very often. In all honesty, I tend to go more down the route of the chemical, like the granular stuff. I've always gone down that route. But why not? Let's change things up a bit. Not far off finishing this one already anyway. The Deutz is running it, no problem at all. Actually looks quite good with the narrows. I think I might just splurge. I might splurge and get the narrow twins anyway, because I like that as a look. You've probably seen that on other videos and other Let's Plays I've done. If I get an option for narrow twins, I tend to go for that. I know each different set, each different set of tyres and wheel setups has their own merits in the real world. In game a lot more now as well. I found, like I said, in the snow, when it was raining, when I was ploughing, I think when I did one of my original live streams when the game released, I was amazed that when I was trying to plough with a tractor that didn't have quite enough horsepower, it was fine until it started to rain. Then when I tried to come out of the ruts at the end of the thing, it was wheel spinning, it was, you know, I think it's far more relevant now, tyre choice, than it was before. But sometimes it's just how it looks. Sometimes a big, chunky, aggressive LSW looks really cool. Right, we're done on that one. No, where's that? Fold it was what I was trying to do. There we go. So, that's one done. Next field... Oh, I didn't have more, did I? It was hoeing contracts we had available. Once I've knocked one of these off... Actually, we can do it straight away, can't we? Because we have completed, so we'll complete on that, because I'm using my own equipment. It's always... You have to be careful again. I'm preaching to converted, I know I am. But it doesn't hurt to pass on advice and things to new players. If you have taken on multiple contracts of a similar type, what you might have done is borrowed equipment for one of them and then done one or two others using that same equipment. In this case, it would have been fine because all three contracts are all for David. So if I'd have borrowed equipment for one and then done the other two contracts with that same equipment, it's all his equipment anyway. It doesn't matter. You can justify it however you want to justify it. That's entirely up to you. But be very careful, because if you complete a contract and go, oh, brilliant, I'll complete it and collect it, if that's the one that you've borrowed the equipment for, you collect and the equipment gets returned, then you've got two contracts you've got no equipment for. But because I'm using my own equipment, I don't have to worry, so I can complete on that straight away. Which does mean, well, that's there. I'm going to grab that, because that's my business. That's what I'm doing. So we want to go to field 75 or field 64. 64 is out from the town. Trying to work out mentally where that is. And then we could go south from there, or south first. I don't know. I'm going to head south first, I think. We've still got plenty of squirt. I think the other two contracts are on smaller fields, so we should get all three done. No problem at all. Expense or outlays have been fairly minimal. There's a car right behind me. So we should be absolutely fine. Let's rock and roll. So there we go. Our first of our fertilising contracts are all complete. I've been thinking on my way back about selling the CV, and I think one of the other reasons as well was because I was saying, was it last episode or was it earlier in this episode, about staying, and I've lost track of days. Anyway, I think because I sold my pickup, which was my pickup that I drove here in, and upgraded to that, which I thought, yeah, that's really cool, let's get it. Still probably in the back of my mind with that thought of, well, I'm not going to be staying now, am I? You know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to stay. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to do my job, then I'm going to move on. And I think probably with that thought in my mind of, but am I now? Am I going to quit my job and stay here and farm? Do I need that? But the question then also remains: let's look at the situation, shall we? If we go into here, I've used that a few times actually. The Flegel DTS 5.9. It's not a bad size. It's got ramps on the back so you can put stuff on, and that can be towed with a tractor. So realistically, we could get one of those, and we could get rid of the Berkman because that's not a bad size. I'm just thinking my thought process behind this being as well. That's the one I think I would probably go for. It's big, it's long, which yeah, that will hook up to our Eagle, which is great. But if I was delivering, if I had a whole load of stuff in my greenhouses, if I've taken it somewhere to the farmer's market or somewhere, that's absolutely fine. So long distance, I guess that works, makes more sense. But if I was taking it to my little stall here at the farm, that's too big. To manoeuvre in and get it into the sell point, that's massive. That makes no sense. That one I feel sits a bit low. For certain applications, fine. That again, that is just that. Just a different version of it. And more expensive. I mean, pretty much double the price. Mind you, is this one of the ones that extends? I can't remember if it extends or not. And then the Brant, the beaver tail, that's a whole different animal. That's for transporting big vehicles and stuff like that. The front detaches. That's not even in my wheelhouse. I'm not even looking at that. So potentially that, and we just tow it with a tractor if we have to. I suppose the only downside with that, again, just playing devil's advocate, swivel front axle, which I'm not a great fan of, but my telehandler could probably pull that as well. I'm so torn at the moment. I don't know what to do for the best. It's a big decision. I think what we're going to do is we'll put this away in the barn here, because I decided to put the CV in the other one, so we can tuck this away. Touch that. We did use everything out the back tank, so we've only got the front tank, but we've still got some left, which is great. Let's lower that down onto its wheels. Oh no, that didn't like that at all, did it? Oh, okay, it's left it first. Didn't like that little concrete lip. Attach that. Oh, what should I do, peeps? What should I do? First things first, let's take these back. Still torn with the trailer as well. Oh, I don't know. All these changes, all these things I want to do. Do I wait? I mean, I suppose technically, if I sold the International and bought that tow behind low loader, that's 30 grand. So I'd have about the same left, of maybe around 30 odd grand left. That would buy me that new trailer. But again, what was the capacity of the trailer standard? Again, this is just all me thinking out loud. The Lizard TARDIS, that. Not swivel axle, front, 18,500. So I'll be going from 34,000 litres to standard 18.5. I'm surprised as well, there's no option to change the main colour. You can do the cover, you can do the rim, but the actual vehicle, the actual trailer itself stays that colour. But I suppose that's because it's a TARDIS, isn't it? That's the point. It's supposed to be the TARDIS colour. So we're going down from 34,000 litres down to 18.5. Then, like I say, you go from normal to XL. It's an extra £5,000, which is no problem. And we jump from 18,000 to 200,000. Just don't know if that's too much to swallow, you know? And again, I've looked at all different options, and the problem is, for similar sizes, that one only goes up to 29,500. It starts at 52,000, then goes up. That one goes up to 46,000. Starts at 30, but that's 65,500. So in that configuration there, with the extension, 46,000 litres is 70,000. I just don't know. Again, I don't know what to do. The ram body, 71,000. It's a larger capacity. That's what we've got already, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we've got. It's quite a big jump up from that. What's that one got to? 37.5. Oh, it is 37.5. So what are our options? Charging us 15. Oh, it's the extension. So the extension off, what size are we? 20,000. Yeah, so for 50,000, that might not be a bad choice. The thing I've got to consider as well is whether my harvester pipe, when I get onto harvesting, because we haven't upgraded our harvester, we've still got our standard harvester, and again, there are loads of harvesters to choose from, but not cheap harvesters. Will the pipe extend high enough to reach into a trailer like that? I know the TARDIS it will fit. I might just do it anyway. I might just, you know what? Bite the bullet. On the odd occasion I need to have it in its larger configuration. Let's sell these first and I'll make a decision. I'm doing it. I made the decision. I'll tell you what, I almost had a heart attack just now. I went in. I'll show you. I went in, and I suddenly went, no, there's one. It's not the trailer. It's the loader. It's the forage wagon. Well, that's insane. 60% off, but no, it's the forage wagon. Don't need a forage wagon because I've got the lizard forage pickup. I thought it was the trailer. So, oh, that's amazing, but no. So, bad decision, wrong decision. Maybe. No, I don't think so. I think I'm making the right choice. I think maybe. I mean, admittedly, that it travels fast over the ground. I mean, don't get me wrong. The international it does hang about. Oh, I don't. Am I making the wrong choice here? Maybe. Oh, I'm doing it anyway. Let's sell it. And then that 33, brilliant stuff. Sell that. Now, across the way. You know what? I think the narrow twins were £6,000. That's why I didn't do them. It was 1,000 to get the narrows on. Maybe going from narrows to narrow twins will be cheaper. Maybe not. I thought I can't justify £6,000 just for something that looks good. But then why not? So what we're going to do now, I'm going to get the TARDIS trailer in its standard configuration because me personally, because it's a solid front, not a swivel axle. Even if I have to, like when I go and do the stones and stuff like that, even if I have to do 2 loads rather than 1 load of 34,000 litres, if I'm doing my harvesting at the main farm to start off with, we're at the main farm, so it doesn't matter if I have to do 18,000. The only time it's going to be an issue is when I'm doing the emptying the silage clamp. But I suppose I could, at a push, I could change its capacity when I do that, or just do more runs. And again, I think for filling up the silage clamp, having the straight axle rather than the swivel axle, it will save me time in the long run. I know I'm just justifying my own decision. That's all I'm doing. So we're going to go with that standard configuration. I'm going to leave it on trailer board because I'm not mucking around with that. All that. Cover colour. Do I want to change it? Should we go yellow? Is that too obvious? The yellow cover. You know what? Let's go. Should we go with the white cover? Yeah, why not? Rim colour. I'm going to go for that, and then we're going to change that to a metallic. Yeah, like that. We don't want that on 30 grand. Yeah, come out there, and then we're going to go to, I think I'm just going to go with that, the DTS 5.9. It will do the job. Do I want side guards on it? I'm going to say no, actually. Oh, is that new? Standard, wide, adds 5 grand on. Do they do a wide side guards? Standard. So you can't have a wide without side guards. That's pretty cool though. For taking larger items and stuff, bigger bits of equipment and machinery, should we just get it wide anyway? I think we will. I'm going to leave the rim. Yeah. I say we do it. Oh, please tell me, I didn't lease the TARDIS, did I? I did buy it, didn't I? I didn't, did I? I think I've leased it. Did I make a mistake? Hang on, what's going on here? That should be better. Rented, you idiot. Oh no, I've just paid to rent it. Oh. What was I thinking? Lizard trailer tandem return. Press the wrong button. That was a waste of, what was it, 1,000 something, is it, to rent? Yeah. Actually, though, why don't I do my... I'll take it and sell it. We'll make a bit of money on that. That'll recover the money I just wasted renting a trailer I didn't need. I mean, I need the trailer, but renting it rather than buying it. What was I thinking? So, that's new. That's new. And what I could do, if I was feeling very clever, I could lower the ramps, I could load that trailer onto that trailer and take them both back together. I might do that. Is it a bombshell? Have I made a bad decision? At the end of the day, I've made a decision that's right for me, that makes me happy and I think will work. Is it a decision you would have made? Possibly not. And that's fine. I'm going to keep telling myself that's fine. I have a problem. I haven't really discussed this. It's Llama next week, and I'm excited to go to Llama. Don't be wrong. I get to meet loads of you, and I loved that last time getting to meet people in person. I think it's brilliant. I get to meet loads of content creators, map makers, modders. We get to see all the show, the equipment, the machinery. Downside is I think Giants are going to be dropping mods next week. So the problem I've got is, do I go and enjoy the show? What are they offering? 23. What did I pay for it? 20. I made 3 grand. That covers my oops. And selling the other bits and bobs, we're up a bit on our finances too. The problem is, if we go and we do the show, I don't know if we're doing anything with Giants because obviously they're going to be there. If we've got any obligations over there, we've got the meet and greet on the Wednesday. I was considering taking the PlayStation away with me in case they drop mods. The only problem I've got in my head with that is I'm supposed to be going to the show to enjoy the show and do all the stuff that comes with that. If I take the PlayStation and they drop mods, I will go back to the hotel and I will do mod reviews. Again, that just comes off the back of I can't afford not to. You know, I need to earn money. It's that double-edged sword, isn't it? You're paying to go to an event but then I think it's worth every penny. Not just for, and also you get to make connections, you meet new people, you meet other farmers, you meet manufacturers. Last time I had loads of people talk to me, and there was a couple of opportunities I was offered that actually we haven't followed up on, only because I kind of ran out of weekends, and again it's that thing of affordability, you know. You go away for a weekend somewhere, you've got to pay for accommodation, you've got to pay for fuel, you've got to pay, you know, that kind of stuff. What do I do? Do I take the PlayStation? And then if mods do drop, I can do mod reviews, but then my mod reviews can take 3-4 hours to prep, record, edit. I missed completely there. Or do I just bite the bullet and say, you know what, no, let's just go and do llama. That's the point. Oh, I was off a little bit. Can I straighten up a bit? Nope. Made a right old hash of that, haven't I? Question is as well, that's better. Will I be able, oh yeah, I will be able to hook up to it. Oh, I'm off to the side a bit, aren't I? Oops. I know, like I say, I'm just, as I always do, I'm thinking out loud. All the thoughts that are in my head, I always voice them, because why not? You know, it doesn't hurt to have a think about stuff. We're on. Strap that down. Let's go. There we go. So we sprayed away the day. It's 4:22. I would imagine by tomorrow we'll have some more greenhouse stuff, which will be great. We might have some more planks, maybe boards, I'm not too sure. I don't know if overnight the playground equipment will be done, or whether that'll be tomorrow sometime, potentially. But anyway, there we go. Another episode in the bag. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.